Hello everybody and welcome to the King Fahd Stadium here in Riyadh for the final of the Spanish Super Cup, and for the first time in this new format we have a Clásico, Real Madrid against Football Club Barcelona, the 251st meeting between these two sides, and it has to be said, there is a very, very good atmosphere in the ground tonight. Certainly a lot more than in the two semi-finals. Full house here in the 62,000 capacity stadium. Two teams, as you see, just taking to the pitch for the preliminaries. There's the overhead view. Two coaches, Carlo Ancelotti, Xavi Hernandez, going through the formalities. We'll be bringing you the lineups in a moment or two. Not really many surprises for either of the two sides. Just looking around, certainly a majority, a pretty comfortable majority of Real Madrid fans here in the stands of the King Fahd Stadium. Will be a home game for them. Once again, almost in feel, as it was against Valencia, who they beat on penalties in the semi-final. Barcelona needing extra time and penalties as well before they got past the Copa del Rey holders, Real Betis. And maybe Real Madrid come into this with a slight advantage, having had 24 hours more rest, both sides. Every team seemed to end up absolutely exhausted after the semi-finals. So maybe those 24 hours will be a factor. Real Madrid are actually officially the home team today. They're the league, La Liga Santander champions. Barca's were runners-up. Here's the lineups for Real Madrid. Courtois in goal, Dani Carvajal, Eder Militao, Antonio Rudiger and Ferland Mendy across the back. Eder Militao recovering after his blow on the head. Modric back in the side, Kroos and Camavinga, who's recovered from the blow to his knee, and up front, Benzema, Vinicius and Valverde will probably drop between midfield and attack. Our referee is Ricardo de Burgos Bengochea from the province of Vizcaya in Euskadi. There we have the Salavar. Jose Luis González is the man in the hot seat. For Barcelona in goal, Marc-André ter Stegen, Ronald Araujo, Koundé, Christensen and Balde. Araujo covering at right back in midfield. De Jong, Sergio Busquets back in the starting lineup along with Gavi, Dembele, Lewandowski and Pedri. Once again, how will Pedri be? I suspect he'll be linking midfield and attack, so maybe both sides a little bit more conservative in their initial lineups than they were in the semi-finals. But obviously Valverde for Madrid, you know he gets forward tremendously well, and that man Pedri also tends to pop up all over the park. It's going to be Real Madrid to kick off. Kicking right to left across your screens as you see that. I've said, and one heck of a lot of noise being made in the King Fahd Stadium. Just waiting for the clock to tick round to 10 p.m. 10 p.m. local time. Game that's being obviously watched all around the world. Match that used to be known a couple of decades ago as the Derby, or El Derby, before people sort of cottoned on that a derby tended to be played between teams from the same city or region. It's now been rechristened as the Clásico, and as this is a Super Cup, this is a Super Clásico. Real Madrid on the ball, Rudiger. Gets it back to Courtois. Obviously this game pits two players who left Chelsea last summer. Christensen in defence for Barca, Antonio Rudiger for Real Madrid. The other ex-Chelsea man, of course, Courtois, opens that one out to Carvajal. Interesting to see how these two teams hold up after their 120-minute marathons and penalties in the semi-finals. Here's Militao. There's a couple of doubts, slight doubts about whether or not he'd be able to play. So he had to go off on Wednesday after being caught on the side of the head by a shot from Justin Kluivert. Carried on for a few minutes afterwards, but went off feeling dizzy. But Ancelotti confirmed no cervical damage, and he's been passed fit to play. Well, there's Araujo straight away. He's been charged with stopping Vinicius Junior today. Whether or not he stopped him 100% legally that time is perhaps a little bit open to debate. Well, as you say, we said there was a Madrid majority in the stands. I think the crowd noise as Barca have possession make that very clear. Obviously we've got another 4 years of the Super Cup here in Saudi Arabia, which be a bit of an advantage that for Real Madrid, isn't it? It's like playing a cup final at home every year. I tend to agree with Mr. Ancelotti there. Looked like a bit of a foul there from Araujo. So only just back after the injury which had him out of action for around 10 weeks. Obviously went to the World Cup, the Uruguayan, but wasn't fit to play. Well, he played against Atletico Madrid. He played in the Cup against Intercity. He played against Atletico Madrid. He played 120 minutes on Thursday, and he's starting again today. So maybe a little bit of a risk there for Araujo, but he's such an important player when he's fit. Goal kick. Vinicius not scared to put it about either. And there is Xavi. Been in charge now for 14 months. And if Barcelona won tonight, this would be his first trophy. That's a big ask, though, as Fede Valverde feeds Benzema. Luka Modric, man of the match in last year's final. Toni Kroos. Once again in that holding role in midfield. No Tchouameni. Real Madrid recovering possession quickly. Comes out to Ferland Mendy. He's again fit to play, returned after injury as a substitute on Wednesday. So there might just be a little question about the long-term fitness, how Mendy and Carvajal, the two full-backs, last the pace for Real Madrid. Carvajal also coming back after injury. Barcelona on the ball now. Marc-Andre ter Stegen comes up, looks to send that one long. Lewandowski chases. Rudiger gets across, but at the expense of a throw-in. It's De Jong. Busquets and on to Pedri. Alexandre Balde. Ooh, got caught late there, did he, Busquets? Referee's right there and he said play on. And now he's stopped. Kroos obviously made that gesture as if to say, get up. Does catch him on his right foot though. How hard he catches him might be a moot point, but there is certainly a little bit late Toni Kroos. So Barcelona have a free kick, which Pedri will take. And I tell you what, these first 5.5 minutes show the intensity of this match, the Super Cup. Both sides 100% plugged in, and there was Araujo arriving at the far post. No offside, dinked in by Pedri. Just misses the contact there, Ronald Araujo. Courtois to Ferland Mendy. Benzema's dropped deep. And there's Mendy. Kroos. Just to let you know, Barcelona have won 13 Super Cups, Real Madrid 12. Next highest amount of Super Cups, Athletic Club Bilbao and Deportivo La Coruña, who have 3 each. But obviously, to qualify for the Super Cup, till recently, till 2020, you had to win either the league or the cup, and which teams have won the 2 most league titles? Real Madrid and Barca. Barca winning the most cups, although they're followed by Athletic Club. Courtois under pressure from Lewandowski. Carvajal as Real Madrid look to advance. He's got Benzema with him. So between them, Benzema leading the Madrid attack, Lewandowski the Barca attack. 69 years between them. (34) Lewandowski, 35 Benzema. And Carlo Ancelotti, a man whose specialist subject, if he was ever invited onto Mastermind, would probably be winning finals. He's won the last 10 finals he's coached in. Whereas Real Madrid also have a spectacular record with finals. They've suffered just 1 defeat in the last 17 finals they've played, be that Champions League, Copa del Rey, Super Cup. The defeat they suffered was in Tallinn in 2017 in the European Super Cup against Atletico Madrid. But 1 defeat in 17 finals. Yeah, Araujo in quickly on Vinicius. Dembele is a little bit long with his touch there, but that's gone out. Ball was already out of play there. So it's a Barca throwing on. He might have just caught his left foot there, Araujo. I think it's going to be interesting between Vinicius and Ronald Araujo tonight. There's Christensen to Jules Koundé. Another player who could have filled in at right back if needed. There's also Hector Bellerin and Sergio Roberto, who started against Betis. On the bench is Dembélé. Turning against his international teammate Eduardo Camavinga. So both recovering from midweek knocks. Xavi Hernandez saying that Dembélé had a slight physical issue when he was taken off against Betis, and if you watch the semi-final against Valencia, Camavinga was taken off at half-time and sat in the dugout with a big ice pack on his knee. Not a day I would have particularly wanted to sit with an ice pack on my knee. Wednesday it was distinctly chilly. Not as cold today. Rained a bit actually. The Burgos Bengoechea gives that one. Just to let you know, 250 Clásicos, or meetings between Football Club Barcelona and Real Madrid. The balance just tipped ever so slightly in Real Madrid's favour. 101 wins for Real Madrid, 97 for Barca, and 52 draws. Madrid scoring 415 goals in that time to Barca's 404. Here's Balde. Impressive young right back. Left back even. There's a little flick from Lewandowski. Over the bar. Not sure if he would have counted anyhow. Just a bit offside there, Robert Lewandowski. One of 16 players in the Barca squad looking to win their first title with the club. Obviously, summer arrivals such as Christensen, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Koundé. That's rather logical because it's the first final they've competed in. Last title Barca won was the Copa del Rey in April 2021, which isn't that long ago, beating Athletic Club Bilbao in the final in the Estadio de la Cartuja in Seville. Obviously, Leo Messi in the side then. But the fact that there's 16 players who haven't won anything does highlight the turnover there's been in the squad since then. It's Pedri to Gavi. Stays up, falls for Lewandowski, drills it in, and Balde should have done better. Great save from Courtois. He was in fine form against Valencia, Thibaut Courtois. That's a great save. And Balde, disappointed, should have at least hit the target there. So first real chance of the game for Barca. Real Madrid have a little bit of a let-off, but it's a Courtois-inspired let-off. Here's Mendy to Karim Benzema. Luka Modric, so again just links with Benzema, two oldest players on the pitch. Mendy again. Modric continues his run. Just catches Araujo. So Barca will have the free kick. Another look at that save from Courtois. It's a great, what makes it such a good save is it goes through a crowd of players. And maybe Balde just a little bit too hurried there. Another free kick as Militao is penalised for challenging Lewandowski from behind. Christensen just approaching the quarter hour here. Barca hitting the post through Lewandowski to a great save from Courtois. A bit of space for Araujo. Certainly makes that backline very solid. Means they've got a lot of height at the back as well with Christensen and Koundé. But I don't think we'll be seeing him overlapping quite as much as you would say Sergio Roberto or even Bellerin. Mendy back to Courtois, who plays that one out calmly. Koundé nods it down to Busquets. Busquets, by the way, making his 701st appearance for Barca. Out of contract at the end of the season, so in theory he could negotiate to go somewhere else. There's talks whether or not he will sign a new deal with Barca, or maybe go to the States, or maybe even come here to Saudi Arabia or Qatar. Balde again. Pedri being covered by Camavinga. Here's Dembélé looking to take on Mendy. Instead he gives it back to Pedri. Just 20 years of old, of course, Pedri. And there's Balde. Just goes long from Busquets. Pedri recovers. Once again, Dembélé's got two Frenchmen in front of him. One of them, Camavinga, takes possession. Former Stade Rennais player. Still not quite hit the form I think people were expecting of him at Real Madrid, but let's be honest, he is still just 20 years old. All getting a little bit, so just where I'm seating in the commentary position, all getting a little bit heated about seating arrangements. A couple of people having a frank exchange of views, including the use of hands. Back on the pitch, Militao to Mendy. He's got Vinicius. Mendy's continued the overlap. He takes the flick from Camavinga. That's a good cross, and Benzema! That ball hangs in the air, but just drifts wide. Lovely move work by Real Madrid. Space for Mendy, that's a cracking cross. They don't pick Benzema up. And I think 9 times out of 10 you'd have expected the striker to score that. So let-offs at both ends. Real Madrid again. Araujo. Here's Vinicius. Once again, Vinicius. Carvajal pushing forward, Fede Valverde, Real Madrid. Pressing there, good work by Balde. Oof. A gesture from Araujo. Yeah, it's all right, it's going wide. Great chance for Benzema. So Real Madrid have played 2 Super Cup finals in Saudi Arabia. They've won them both. Against Atletico Madrid in Jeddah in 2020 and against Athletic Club Bilbao last year. Here's Busquets. De Jong, Frenkie de Jong, still de Jong, blocked by Militao. Here's Balde again. Well, that was a miss-hit cross there from Alexander Balde. Nearly turned out to be a decent cross. It's threaded through well there by Christensen. And he's going for goal there, isn't he, Balde? But it nearly turned out to be a decent cross. Vinicius on the ground again. Nicely chested down by Dani Carvajal. It's a player who's completely changed his lifestyle over the last couple of years. Carvajal suffered a lot of muscle injuries in the last 2, 3, 4 years. But I think like Hector Bellerin for Barca and Marcos Llorente, the Atletico Madrid players, basically tried to cut out all the sort of things that could give you an allergy. Is cut out gluten, milk, no red meat. So basically he lives on chicken, fish, fruit and fresh veg, which is very healthy. So a couple of years ago, he actually missed 155 days in 2021, just 45 last year, which is still quite a lot. But Real Madrid need him to stay fit at the moment because Lucas Vazquez, he went off with a twisted ankle on Wednesday. He's going to be out of action for around 6 weeks. So he kept that one in. Just that might have gone out there, Gabby. Anyhow, with De Jong, Busquets, Dembélé. Not really had the chance to show his speed yet, Ousmane Dembélé. It's not a bad ball. Barca looking to pressure high this time, but Madrid won't worry about that because they know that they have players who can cause all sorts of problems on the break. Pedri once again. Dembélé. This time Dembélé does look to lose his marker. Good recovery from Mendy. Player who missed out on the World Cup, of course, Ferland Mendy. Just gets there in time. Corner for Barca, and Frenkie de Jong will go across to take it. As the fans in front of us try and get a Mexican wave going, but doesn't seem to be getting past the VIP area, which is on this near side. De Jong. Vinicius nods that one away. Pedri looks to get it back to De Jong, who can only nod it out for a Real Madrid throw-in. You can see how damp it is just looking at that little stretch of running track there. Vinicius. That's ball to nowhere. Pedri. I think I think we can expect this game to open up as it progresses, bearing in mind the big physical effort both sides made in their semi-finals. Say 120 minutes and penalties for Madrid against Valencia. Same for Barca against Betis 24 hours later. Christensen once again looking to thread it through Militao in quickly. Araujo says, give it to me, and then gives it straight back to De Jong. It's Pedri. Touch is just a little bit heavy. Mendes trying to shepherd that one out. And goal kick. Both sides having one gilt-edged opportunity in this game so far. Lewandowski hitting the post for Barca after great save by Courtois, and Benzema hanging a header just wide. Here's Vinicius. Right, it's come to Modric. Falls to Benzema. Oh, great save by Ter Stegen, but the offside flag is up. I think the replay shows that. Gets across there really well though, Ter Stegen. Camavinga, Real Madrid recovering possession very easily there. Fede Valverde. Steamrollers through that challenge from Dembele. Certainly in a better position for Real Madrid, Valverde, when he plays sort of linking between midfield and attack. Looked as if he was really almost had his wings tied when he was playing in central midfield for Uruguay in the World Cup. This Camavinga opens up on the left, but he's overhit that one. And it goes out for a Barca goal kick. Look at the subs, Dani Carvajal, Marco Asensio amongst the subs there. Both players likely, I would say, to be leaving Real Madrid at the end of the season. Asensio out of contract. Still only 26, 27 in just under a week. Pretty sure he'll have plenty of suitors. Spain international. De Jong to Pedri. Bit of contact there from Vinicius. So lots of intensity from both sides. Been a little bit scrappy, but I think that's basically because what we said, looking at the lineups, they are just a tad more conservative than they were in midweek. Both sides just getting extra body really in midfield. Offside flag is up there against Gavi. The referee says to Modric, no, it wasn't there, the offside, was it? You see here Gavi comes back from an offside position. Rare loose ball from Benzema. A bit rueful there. Lewandowski scored Barca's opener on Thursday. As that ball comes in, Courtois makes a good claim, but wasn't at his best. Remember, he's in the league, he's in the middle of a 3-game ban. He served one of it. He's got 2 more matches to serve against Getafe next weekend and against Girona the weekend afterwards. will be available for Barca's cup trip to Ceuta on Thursday. Be a fun trip. Spanish enclave on the coast of North Africa, basically surrounded by Morocco on 3 sides and the sea on the other, but a small place. Doesn't actually have an airport, it just has a heliport where you have to fly in, so you have to go to Malaga and then get a helicopter. Xavi, when they were drawn against Ceuta, said in sporting terms we've been fortunate, but in terms of the trip it is a bit of a pain in the rear end. Busquets, Madrid working hard in midfield to close down spaces. Barca forced to send the ball back as we just approach the half-hour mark. Still no score here in the Super Clásico in the King Fahd Stadium in Riyadh. Now Lewandowski went off there for a moment or two to get some treatment for something. There's Araujo. Striding forward. Still Ronald Araujo. Opens it out now to Dembele. Needs a decent delivery. It's well cut out by Militao. Camavinga goes forward. Araujo jogging back behind him. So rather unsurprisingly, Benzema looks to pick out Vinicius, who's got Koundé in front of him now. Still Vinicius. The law of gravity comes into play and Barca come away with the ball. It's Balde. De Jong to Sergio Busquets. Pedri. This time Dembele gets away from Mendy, who's rather unsubtle push has earned him a yellow card. Not sure he needed to do that, Mendy. I'm convinced that Dembele had got away from his countryman there, but the gesture looked pretty clear there from Ferland Mendy. You don't really want your full-back on a yellow card when he has to defend against Dembele. So again, Pedri will take the free kick. So again, it's a punch on it from Courtois. And did play it down. Might be Rudiger. It is indeed Rudiger. Just sort of, I'm going to just give me a second, I'll be all right. Look on his face. This is Courtois who catches him. A glancing blow off the top of his head. Benzema calls for the magic sponge. They have no trouble continuing. It's played short. Lewandowski. Here's a chance. Gavi puts Football Club Barcelona ahead. Mistake playing the ball out there. Seized on by Busquets. Ball comes to Gavi, who makes no mistake, the 18-year-old. Let's have a look again. It's not great from Rudiger there. Real Madrid being a little bit too clever playing out from the back. Not a good angle. Very good finish from Gavi. So Barcelona draw first blood here in the King Fahd Stadium. Gavi puts Football Club Barcelona ahead. Not a good goal for Real Madrid to concede. Got themselves into trouble, that combination of Busquets, Lewandowski, feeding Gavi. Christensen to Busquets. Now, one thing Barca have done is they've struggled, perhaps because of the World Cup, to put together 9 complete performances, maybe 45 or 50, 60 good minutes, then coinciding with 30 minutes of their form dropping. See how it goes tonight. Meanwhile, here's De Jong, he's got Balde outside him, the goal scorer Gavi, who's buzzing at the moment. Lewandowski just leaves that a bit short for Pedri, but falls kindly to him. Pedri is one of 8 Barca players who have got a trophy. He was in the squad for the Copa del Rey. There's Araujo again. Busquets. Christensen. Got an option maybe for Balde. Instead picks out Busquets. It's with Pedri. He's got Dembele, drills that one across. That might well go out for a Real Madrid throw-in. Good effort there from Alexander Balde. Barca keeping Madrid pinned deep. I say Madrid do have perfect players to execute a counter-attack if they can win possession, however. And Busquets just the fulcrum in the wheel. Lewandowski to Pedri. And again to Dembele. Rudiger jumps. And Araujo making sure Vinicius can't turn. Carvajal to Modric. Toni Kroos. That should be Araujo's. And here's Pedri. He's been at the heart of most of Barca's good things tonight. That is one other good thing. Here's Pedri. Maybe trying to be a little bit too generous there, the youngster. Eder Militao brings the ball away for Real Madrid. Barca, remember, 3 points clear of Real Madrid at the top of La Liga, or the Liga Santander. Here's Mendy, he's got a bit of space. There's Carvajal, the only Spanish player in the Real Madrid lineup. Just over a week ago in Villarreal, they played a side without any Spaniards in the league. In the starting 11 for the first time ever. Ancelotti said, bearing in mind how many foreign players there are, it's just an anecdote. Well played. Madrid forcing a corner there. Lots of potential dangers for Real Madrid. Benzema here, Rudiger, Militao. Lewandowski back to help out. Kroos, always a good deliverer of set pieces. It's not one of them, however. De Jong able to clear. Oof. And Mendy finds cross again. That's a good delivery. Araujo should win that one. Camavinga. Mendy again. Only player to be booked so far. There's Militao on the far post. And he can't control that. Let's another look at the goal. It's Busquets who wins it. Gavi who finishes. Xavi a bit happier than he was against Betis when in extra time cameras, the microphones caught him basically telling his players they needed to be more aggressive and having some pretty, let's say, colloquial language. Carvajal is given away a bit too easily there by Valde. Camavinga to Mendy. Vinicius. Carvajal's touch just goes a bit long, but he recovers with Toni Kroos. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half here in the Super Cup final. Barca leading 1-0. 33rd minute goal from Gavi. Mendy, it's Barca's turn to get everyone back. Kroos still finds Carvajal. There is Gavi back. Barged into there by Dani Carvajal. Better both tie the laces as well. In fact, Carvajal's just done that on the far side. Free kick for Barca, which Ter Stegen is going to take. He's going to bring it in field a few yards as well. Foul was really committed right by the touchline, wasn't it? Marc-Andre Ter Stegen drives it forward. Gavi wins that header. And again. Camavinga to Vinicius. Lovely turn by the Brazilian. And again, just overruns it though, Balde. And this time it's Dembélé. Just recovers Camavinga. It's a slight lack of concentration there from Madrid. It's come back to Lewandowski, who wants a free kick but isn't going to get one. Cross. There's Modric. So space has been a bit of a premium in midfield in this first half. A little bit of space now here for Mendy. Once again, Vinicius. Oh, fouls Koundé in his eagerness to win the ball. I think there's a great deal of doubt about that. So Carlo Ancelotti, just to remind you, he's won the last 10 finals he's been in the dugout for. I think the thing is, the last 10, I mean, just think how many finals he's coached. Most coaches don't coach 10 finals in their entire careers. It's Koundé. Little bit slack there from Busquets. Araujo turns. Dembele. Generous in his defensive duties there. It's out with Balde. Frenkie de Jong on a bit of space, tips that one through to Gavi. It's another chance here for Barca. If he looks up, Lewandowski surely, 2-0 to Barcelona! Gavi returns the favour for Robert Lewandowski. And Barcelona are 2-0 up in the Super Cup final. Let's have a look again. Space here for Frenkie de Jong. Nobody really picks up Gavi at all. We'll ask a few questions about the Madrid defence there. Squares it. Lewandowski has those for dinner. He has them for breakfast. He has them for tea. He scores them at will. 2-0 to Barca. Lots of concentration there from Real Madrid. De Jong's in space. He is able to look up. He picks up Gavi, who's in lots of space, and nobody's near Lewandowski either. It does look as if he's got a bit of a stomach problem, doesn't he? But it's still his 20th goal of the season in all competitions. Just a minute of injury time. Can Madrid get back into this before the break? I think we'll see a couple of changes made by Ancelotti in the second half. Expect to see Rodrigo, I think, when the players come back out. Maybe even Asensio. Not sure if we'll see much more Camavinga. Losing out again. Busquets to Gavi. Little let-off there for Madrid. As the referee says there is that 1 minute of injury time. And the players go off down the tunnel. Well, it's basically for most of this half, it's been tight, it's been close. There's not been a lot of space. Barcelona have had 2 chances and they've taken them. Well, they've had 3 actually, to be honest. Courtois making that great save from Lewandowski. Benzema missing the header for Real Madrid. But it's Barca through Gavi and this second goal from Robert Lewandowski, who so far have the advantage. Half-time in the Super Cup. It's Real Madrid 0, Football Club Barcelona 2. We'll be back for the second half after a short break.
Uno. ¿Quién se va? Camavinga y Rodrigo. Ese es el cortita, ellos ya saltan. Y luego lo que hemos hecho con... Es el de la espalda y luego aparece. Yo vengo. Espera. Hasta aquí, un poquito abajo. Sí, un poco. Seguimos igual, seguimos igual, dale. Vamos, que se vamos. Seguimos igual, dale.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the King Fahd Stadium here in Riyadh. Second half of the Spanish Super Cup, Super Clásico. Football Club Barcelona leading Real Madrid by 2-0 at half-time. Reasonably tight game until Gavi up the scoring in the 33rd minute. Error from Real Madrid playing the ball out from the back. And a lack of concentration generally from Madrid allowed De Jong to feed Gavi, who then set up Lewandowski for the second goal right on the stroke of half-time. Did say I figured that this man Rodrigo would be on for the second half. Indeed, he is going to be on for the start of the second half. It remains to be seen who he's on for. I'm going to suspect it's Camavinga. No. We'll get confirmation of that in a moment. Just waiting for the fourth official, and it is indeed Eduardo Camavinga who comes off after, it has to be said, another slightly disappointing display from the young Frenchman. So it was a bit of a doubt before the match with a knee injury, with a knock on his knee, but so should open things up a little bit. Real Madrid bringing on another winger, another player who can also play in the more central role, Rodrigo, if needed, taking off Eduardo Camavinga. They have to come back from 2 goals down, otherwise Carlo Ancelotti's proud record of winning his last 10 finals as a coach will come to an end. Real Madrid, obviously the reigning Super Cup holders, Barca looking for their first trophy since April 2021, when they won the Copa del Rey. And of course the first title for Xavi Hernandez as Barca coach. Long way to go yet. 45 minutes against Real Madrid can be a very long time. And we've seen Barca, certainly since the turn of the year, they've struggled to put together 90 consistent minutes. They'll have 45 good minutes, as they did against Betis. Then it might go a little bit limp for them. They shouldn't lack any motivation against Real Madrid, of course. But we'll see how the legs hold out as well after 120 minutes and penalties against Betis on Thursday. Basically a packed house here in the King Fahd Stadium, 62,000 capacity. There were officially 38,000 for Barca's game against Betis on Thursday, and officially 51 for Real Madrid's against Valencia 24 hours earlier, but I must confess, I didn't think there were that many. I would say there were probably about 42 or something like that. Anyhow, there's Vinicius. Always looks as if he's likely to do something, doesn't he, Vinicius Junior? Benzema gives the ball away. So both coaches, Xavi and Ancelotti, have commented that obviously two of the teams that provided most players to the World Cup, Barcelona 17, Real Madrid 14. Free kicks as the referee. That obviously have the exertions of Qatar, some lasting a bit longer, obviously some players. Players have come back and they're not quite at their best physically. That goes for Real Madrid and Barca. There you go, 10 fouls by Real Madrid, just the 3 from Barca. Gavi's been very good today, Gavi. As has Pedri as well, it has to be said, the 18-year-old and the 30-year-old. That should be a booking for Christensen. And indeed it is. Can't really debate that, the Dane. Rather cynically hauling Rodrigo back and twisting him around. So, second booking of the game. First one is for Ferland Mendy, the Madrid left-back. There he is, just on the top of your picture. With Lewandowski. Oh, my word, that wasn't far away from finding Pedri, who would have been clean through, I think. Alessandro Balde. To Gavi. Frenkie de Jong. Say Barca have that 2-goal cushion, but we know Real Madrid never say die, and they have got a capacity to keep the pressure up and score goals from nothing. And also got a habit of scoring late goals as well. Yeah, Barca. So on Thursday they were a bit guilty, Barca, of just looking to kill the game, take the pace out of it. And Busquets looking for Dembele. It's not really... Only had a couple of runs, Ousmane Dembele. Might find a wee bit more space, perhaps, with Rodrigo on for Camavinga. It's one of the things Xavi was saying he wanted, both on Thursday and in his press conference. He wants the intensity from his players. So 16 members of this Barca squad not won a title with the culés. Offside flag up against Vinicius. Tight call there, Balde on this near side. Can't have been far off playing him on. Got Balde, not sure if he meant that touch, but it's certainly taken him right past Carvajal. And that's a great ball to Dembele. Dembele! Courtois for the second time in the match produces an absolutely brilliant save. No offside. Dembele, I reckon, could have probably sealed the final there. Lots of space there, great work from Balde. Maybe it's something that Barca fans can ask a little bit more of from Ousmane Dembele. Better finishing. If you think about it, it's 2-0 to Barca. Courtois made one great save to deny Lewandowski, and that one to deny Dembele. Ter Stegen hasn't made a save yet. It's true that Benzema looped a header over, but Ter Stegen not made one save in this game. Referee playing on after Lewandowski went down there. A little bit more space here for Barcelona again. Busquets. Then Fede Valverde moving into a slightly more central role for Real Madrid, as you can see, with Rodrigo out wide. So Sergio Busquets, as captain of Barcelona, hasn't actually lifted a title. Most of the time there's been, obviously he was vice-captain, and of course then when he was younger, and of course Messi or Piqué would be a captain on other occasions. Piqué's been in the news, obviously, if you've heard the new Shakira track. Former Barca player, of course, now doing quite well in the world of business. Obviously part owner of Andorra, who are now in the Spanish second division. Busquets. Costa Balde. Again, Ter Stegen looks for it long. Lewandowski wins it. Once again, first to it, a Barca midfielder, this time De Jong. Dembele teasing Rudiger. Wasn't a bad ball there, managed to find the one Madrid shirt amongst several Barca shirts. Once again, though, Madrid giving the ball away cheaply. Busquets. Lewandowski, and again Courtois, not a great angle, but once again Courtois. But all came because once again Madrid gave the ball away very, very cheaply. Oh, he's close to putting it between his legs. Close, not quite good enough. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Still 2-0, Barca having two good chances. The first one was better than that. Carvajal keeps that one in. Gavi to Jules Koundé. I think Xavi will be certainly content with the way his side's controlled this start of this second half. Probably a little bit frustrated that they haven't killed the match off. And Militao gets in well. And wins the free kick. Push there from Araujo. Xavi shows a bit of frustration. Kroos with the free kick for Madrid. Decent delivery. Rudiger well over. Isaac can't really get up. Ter Stegen to Araujo. Lewandowski battling away with Militao. Referee's not given anything, and here's Dembélé on the charge again. Good recovery though from Fede Valverde. Oof, Balde wins that and avoids Kroos's challenge, but there was no one on the end of his cross. Now, there's danger for Real Madrid. It's Vinicius, but Araujo in front of him. Vinicius against Araujo. Vinicius. Benzema. It's nipped off the edge of his feet, or even the end of his feet. And Real Madrid will have to settle for a corner. Benzema looking to take it quickly. He has done. It's with Kroos. Carvajal. Benzema's moving into space. Luka Modric gives it back to Kroos. Kroos curls that one in. Araujo leaves it or misses it, but it goes out. And it's a throw-in for Barca. There's another look at the Balde attack. Drives past Carvajal, who thinks about trying to foul him, but can't even get near enough to stop to foul him. It's a vital save from Courtois. Meanwhile, we're back live. Real Madrid have won the ball back in the Barca half, and it's Carvajal. Everybody in the Barca half, all the outfield players. Carvajal. It's careless from Dani Carvajal. Both of these teams, by the way, after the match, flying almost straight back to Spain. They've got Copa del Rey games this week, the King's Cup knockout competition. Barca, say, playing in Ceuta, as we said in the first half. Real Madrid have got a really difficult match in Villarreal, where they were beaten in the league, say, the weekend before coming here. Quite happy to get that foul, wasn't he, Balde? As Nacho says to the linesman, "Oh, come on, man." A little bit 6 of one, maybe 7 of one, 5 of the other. Lewandowski and Militao once again battling away, and this time the referee does penalise the Pole. So the Burgos Bengoechea from region of Vizcaya, in Euskadi, the Basque region, or Basque country. Ball's back with Courtois, Real Madrid's saviour again tonight. You've got to say, he has a very, very good claim to be considered the best keeper in the world. But he couldn't stop that goal from Gavi in the first half, and Lewandowski's easy finish. Here's a chance for Madrid, perhaps Rodrigo. Gavi gets back quickly to cover. Just for a moment it looks as if it's going to open up for Real Madrid. Benzema to Rodrigo. He's got Vinicius with him. Vinicius tries a little dummy. Dummies everyone. Balde puts that one out for a throw-in as we're past the hour mark. Still 2-0 to Barcelona. Just see Xavi continuing to demand that intensity. Ancelotti still remaining very calm looking on in his technical area. Just a little word with subs there. Dres Christiansen Araujo keeps that one in. Scoops it rather unorthodoxly to Dembele. Rudiger concedes the throw-in. So obviously, if needed, we'd have extra time and penalties again today at the moment. Barca leading 2-0. Dead ball as Pedri smacks the ball at the Burgos Bengoche. It's a dead ball for Barca, basically. Does well to keep his hands close to his body there. No chance of the VAR acting. Frenkie de Jong rides the challenge, opens it out to Araujo. Busquets, a little bit out, a little bit forward here, Sergio Busquets. De Jong doing very well. And it's out to Balde. The thing about Real Madrid, though, is they are the sort of side is if they get a goal back, you know they're going to go up a gear. There's Balde, who's also shown a few gears today. Got caught late by Kroos. Referee, I think, have played quite a lot of an advantage. It's Pedri. And Busquets, once again, out to Araujo. Busquets to De Jong, and again Busquets. Barnstorming header there from Araujo, the two Uruguayans there, as Dani Ceballos prepares to get into the action. Obviously, player well known to Arsenal fans. Probably in quite good mood as well, if they're watching this game, any Arsenal supporters at the moment. Nicely played by Courtois to Mendy. Karim Benzema. There's a little space here. Modric just pops up between lines. Benzema to Vinicius. This is better from Real Madrid. Benzema. Ooh, just hustled out. It's better from Real Madrid. Valverde. Dani Carvajal. Barcelona just losing that intensity again. Militao pushes forward. It's not a good ball though from Militao. Well, Luka Modric, last year's man of the match, is taken off. Replaced by Dani Ceballos. Ceballos, who hasn't really made much of an impact this year. But Ceballos should certainly offer some fresh legs in midfield for Real Madrid. I wonder if the fact that Modric has come off, and he was only substitute on Wednesday as well, I think that sort of highlights what Ancelotti was saying about the World Cup. Obviously, Luka Modric, fixture for Croatia, and he was one of those players who played in 7 matches in the World Cup, helping Croatia to another very impressive third-place finish. Said 37 years old. Maybe it's no surprise that he's taking Modric a while to get back to his best. A little bit careless there from Barca. And Xavi knows it. So Barcelona chasing their 14th Super Cup. Real Madrid looking to draw level with Barca with 13. Now it is Ceballos. Vinicius looks to drive forward, but out it goes for a goal kick. Second substitution, by the way, obviously Rodrigo coming on for Camavinga at half-time. Ter Stegen. Gabi gets a flick on it, and Lewandowski chases, but you'd always put your money, I think, on Fede Valverde to win that race. Cross. Oh, Ter Stegen. Get back. Collects comfortably. Araujo. He's got Ceballos in front of him. Busquets and Pedri. Oh, here's Dembélé once again. Ousmane Dembélé with Rudiger in front of him. Dembélé! This time. Manages to dribble himself, and that is a bad challenge. More like a linebacker than a fullback there. Araujo, second booking for Barca, along with Andres Christensen. We're midway through the second half, 2-0. Here comes Barca again. Lewandowski to Gavi. Gavi drills that across. There is the third! Gavi, I think, is making a good case to be named man of the match tonight. Football Club Barcelona 3, Real Madrid 0. Well, not even Courtois could save that one. Ceballos' crossfield ball is won by Gavi. Lewandowski drives forward. Doesn't look as if there's an offside, but we are checking for it. And there on the far post, it's Pedri. We are just having a VAR check, as you can see. Check complete. The goal. I presume is good. So 3-0. Barcelona, let's have a look at this again. Oof. It's tight, but I think he's on, and there's no offside there. A Super Cup, which looks as if it's going to be Super Cup, which looks as if it's going to be made in Gavi. 3-0 to Barca. Can Madrid get back into this? Vinicius trying. Cross, lines his shot up. And that is the first save Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has made tonight. Well, Real Madrid beat Barca 3-1 in the Santiago Bernabéu in October. Game where Barca actually had more possession and more shots, but Madrid were Real Madrid, their very effective self. But today, there's 20 minutes to go. They've looked a bit flat, haven't they, Real Madrid? I thought if anyone was really going to struggle from the midweek efforts, it'd be Barca, but at the moment it's Madrid who seem to be suffering more, which isn't good news, I would have thought, for maybe for their trip to Villarreal. They haven't got a lot of recovery time. Carvajal going in back, and the back of Gavi there. Madrid going to have a double substitution. It will be Asensio and Nacho coming on. Cross comes off. Marco Asensio. Player who has got a habit of scoring a goal from nothing. And Carvajal also off. Nacho, who played at left back, pardon me, on Wednesday, will be playing at right back for the remainder of today. Certainly intrigued to see how Madrid will line up now. It's, I presume, going to be Ceballos and Valverde in midfield, Vinicius, Asensio, Benzema and Rodrigo, to try and produce a miracle for Real Madrid, who trail Football Club Barcelona by 3-0. It's got to be said that in this second half, it's been Courtois who's kept Real Madrid alive at 2-0 with 2 great saves. Real Madrid have had a couple of moments where they'll have had Barca's fans feeling a wee bit nervous, but they've not really tested Marc-Andre ter Stegen so far. Xavi Hernandez said he wanted intensity. I think he's had that for nearly all of the 73 minutes we've had played so far here in the King Fahd Stadium in Riyadh. Here's Nacho. Benzema. Marco Asensio, he can certainly hit them from here. Indeed he does. But ter Stegen makes the claim. I wonder if Xavi will think about making a couple of substitutions soon. Say, Dembélé may have had a slight physical problem after Thursday's game, so I wonder if we might see Rafinha get into the action. Meanwhile, Lewandowski and Militao continue their duel. Work that one out, ref. Uy, uy, uy. Well, he picks him up. Judgment of Solomon there from De Burgos Bengoche. I must confess I wouldn't want to hazard who fouled whom. So I wonder when the last time was you saw Real Madrid central midfield governed by Fede Valverde and Dani Ceballos. I suspect never. Vinicius. Still Vinicius. For Busquets, who has been excellent as well. If he does want a new contract, and I suspect he might do, he's done himself no harm tonight, has he, Sergio Busquets? 15 minutes to go, 3-0 to Barca. Gavi, Lewandowski in the first half, and Pedri, goal made in Gavi in the second. Barca have got a couple of subs swarming away right to the far corner of the pitch, but I must confess, from where I am, I can't quite see who they are. Christensen. Koundé. Frankie de Jong, another player who's had a good match. Barca enjoying the spaces they're finding in midfield. Say, when Madrid had 4 in midfield, with Valverde sort of mixing between midfield and attack, they were really closing the spaces down. But once they lost, I think, their energy, they began to struggle. And now with only Valverde and Ceballos, and the others really trying to attack more, and they're struggling, and a bit of frustration as well from Rodrigo. Might brush De Jong's arm, but it does look as if it's what you call a natural position. While we're seeing the replay, it's all getting a little bit fractious out there on the pitch. Gavi and Ceballos, 2 Andalusians. Say, Gavi may only be 18 years old, but he is certainly no shrinking violet, is he? Now we see our semi-automatic VAR, which shows Gavi to be onside by more than it looked live. And talking of live, we're back live. 77 minutes gone. Barca have a free kick after a little bit of bad-temperedness. There is Gavi. I would say man of the match. By quite a long way for me today. Draws another free kick. I just wonder if they're just trying to provoke him a wee bit. And I should go into mind reading. Rafinha does indeed replace Dembele. This does look as if it is very, very much tilted Barca's way, not just by the scoreline, but what's happening on the pitch. No need to risk Dembele anymore. Fresh legs up front for Rafinha. Offside against Lewandowski. So there's no real need to save Lewandowski's legs. He's not going to play at the weekend, although he will play in the Copa del Rey. And I expect Xavi just to manage his next couple of substitutions. He's got 2 more options to make changes before the end of the game. Just 11.5 minutes of normal time to go. Barca lead 3-0. Oh, that's good work. And that is a fine save from Ter Stegen. Benzema can't reach that. It was Rodrigo. Might have just given Madrid a lifeline there. Can that put a bit of wind in Real Madrid's sails? Well, that's one for Nacho to chase. Barca throwing, says the assistant referee. And here Ter Stegen says to Courtois, anything that you can do, I can do as well. 2 of the best keepers in La Liga, along with Unai Simon, for example. Spain international keeper, plays for Athletic Club. Say credit, nobody making their way towards the exits yet, even though I said the vast majority of fans in here are Real Madrid fans. Obviously, they only get to see the team they support play here a couple of times a year. In theory, this tournament will be played in Saudi Arabia for the next 4 years, I believe. Whether it'll be in Riyadh next year might be a moot point. It could be in Jeddah, where it was played in 2020. It's like Jeddah has the advantage of having the coast. Being honest, I'd say it's a slightly more attractive city than Riyadh. Slightly less unattractive, whichever way you want to look at it. Pedri. Rafinha with his blue boots. As we're into the last 9 minutes, just about. Yellow card for Valverde. Once again goes in behind, in the back of De Jong. So it's just frustration, though. They're not really getting much of the ball. Once again, Busquets just sells that one a little bit short to De Jong. Mendy gets in. Valverde. Still Mendy. Rodrigo. Benzema. Might have been indifferent if he'd managed to loop that header in the first half. As it is, De Jong just waits for Rafinha. By the way, in the Spanish press today, Rafinha was linked to Arsenal. Don't know how much veracity there is in that. I'm going to say not a lot. Started well, Rafinha, but he's, blown a wee bit hot and cold since. Valverde. Easily cut out by Jules Koundé. Him and Christensen have been quietly effective, haven't they, for Barcelona? Christensen looks as if he's adapting to life at the Camp Nou. Say Rudiger at Real Madrid, maybe not as quickly. So it was his pass, wasn't it, to Camavinga that helped really open the door for Barca's opening goal. Just allowed Busquets to win possession. Barca controlling the ball, goes out to Balde. And Pedri. Lewandowski. He's got Balde in support. A lot was made last year about how, well, they won the league pretty easily, how winning the Super Cup helped really give Madrid a lift for the second half of the season, when, of course, they went on to win the Champions League. So what will this do to Football Club Barcelona? They're still in the Cup, of course. Copa del Rey. You'd think it would need a disaster for them not to beat Ceuta on Thursday. They lead the Liga Santander by 3 points ahead of Real Madrid. And they, of course, will be playing in the Europa League in February after being knocked out of the Champions League. So just to give you an idea about the team that Barca are playing in the Copa del Rey, Ceuta, so in the North African, Spanish enclave on the coast of North Africa. Ceuta played Real Madrid's B team, Real Madrid Castilla, this weekend, and drew 2-2 with Real Madrid's B team. They're bottom of their group in the third tier. 5 minutes to go, still 3-0. Real Madrid trying to find a consolation goal at least, or just something to make Barca a bit nervous. It's back with Nacho. Fernandez. That ain't making anyone nervous, but that is bad news for Barca, right? I think that's Araujo who's gone down. Yeah, Ronald Araujo goes down. Well, did they push his luck a little bit too far with his injury? By the way, a couple of changes for Barca. It's Kessie coming on for De Jong. And there, Ronaldo Araujo. They've pushed it too far, haven't they? And their best defender, who's only just come back from injury, who played 90 minutes against Atletico, 120 minutes against Betis, and has played against Real Madrid, looks as if he's suffered another muscle injury. Well, Lewandowski would have brought the roof down on the place if he'd have scored that. And once again, it's Rudiger who's caught, just slipping. As Rafinha said, he wanted it sliding through to him to run onto. By the way, it's Eric Garcia who's come on. Player who's lost a little bit of protagonism. And Sergio Roberto's going to come on as well for Barca in a minute. He'll probably fill in at right back. Actually, Eric's gone into central defence, and it's Koundé who's just dropped to right back for a moment. Busquets wins that challenge. And Vinicius, he ain't going to be dancing tonight, I don't think, Vinicius Junior. Fede, he can hit it. This time it wasn't to be. And Barca half clear their lines. They've got two more substitutes ready to come on with just 2 minutes of normal time. Vinicius again. Solid wall of Blaugrana shirts, and here is Rafinha. Pedri doesn't control 1-1 for once. Pardon me if you got the cough there. I hit the wrong button to mute the sound. Vinicius, that's a cracking ball in. Eric Garcia makes the interception. Barca to make two more substitutions. And it's going to be Ansu Fati on as well. And Gavi, for me, man of the match. Made the first goal, made the third goal, scored the second. And Ansu Fati. And Pedri is the other player who is able to get the applause. Great performance again from Pedri as well. Just come to the fact that we expect it from him as a 20-year-old. It's unbelievable. Vinicius never stopped trying for Real Madrid, he has to be said. But it is just not Real Madrid's night. If I was Ancelotti against Barcelona, who are top of the league, I would be worried about how the injuries are just taking a bit from his side and how the other players look flat. It's a really busy period of the season. 2 games a week, basically until the international break in March. They've got the World Club Championship in Morocco. They've got to make up the league game against Valencia. Our attendance has been given as 57,000, so not quite a full house. Benzema. And once again, safe hands from Ter Stegen. 3 minutes of injury time. 3 minutes separating Football Club Barcelona from the first title of the season, from the first title of the Xavi Hernandez era. And what better way to win it than against the eternal rivals, Real Madrid. And to win it in this style as well. First half hour was pretty even, but after Barca got in front, there really has only been one team in it. It's a free kick from Balde. See there, Gavi getting the hugs, getting the congratulations on the dugout. Hope you stay with us for the ceremony after this. Eric Garcia just calmly nods it down. Barca fans in the ground are cheering. Some of the Real Madrid fans are heading towards the exits, not all of them. Might just make the traffic a wee bit lighter if the departure is staggered. As we're in the closing seconds of this Spanish Super Cup final. First one that Barca have won in this new format with 2 semi-finals and the final. They obviously lost in 2021. They were beaten by Athletic Club. Obviously that couldn't be played here because of the pandemic. It's played in front of an empty Cartuja stadium. Rodrigo. Benzema not giving up either. Mendy, Fede Valverde, still got nicely worked out to the left. Is there a consolation here for Real Madrid? Benzema, the second attempt, there it is. Well, I think that's reward for hard work, for not giving up. But it is not a goal that they're even going to bother to celebrate. Well played by Valverde. First was a decent reflex, Sebs falls to him, and he's able to finish. Good ball from Dani Ceballos. And in the end, Benzema thrashes that ball home. Well, we're just checking for a possible offside there from Nacho. I don't think it's even worth worrying about. We have just seconds left to play. And Benzema's goal, let me tell you, hasn't stopped the players and the technical staff on the Barca bench who are already celebrating. There is the final whistle. Football Club Barcelona are the winners of the Spanish Super Cup. They've beaten Real Madrid by 3-1 here in the King Fahd Stadium. The first title of the season, the first title of the Xavi Hernandez era, and it also means something. Lots of talk at Real Madrid about them winning all 6 titles if possible. Well, that one's gone out of the window as well. So not only have they won a title, they've taken one off their bitter rivals. Clear winners, Football Club Barcelona. And had it not been for Thibaut Courtois, the margin of victory would probably have been far greater. I'll say there you can see the celebrations. Last time Barca won a title, let's remind you, was in April 2021 when they won the Spanish Copa del Rey. I think we'll get a flash interview in a moment or two. So players in the centre circle. And there indeed, Gavi was the man of the match. Thoroughly deserved for this 18-year-old. Chris, vamos, he says. So we'll have a few moments while the scenery is set up for the presentation. Jordi Alba, unused substitute tonight, but it has to be said, Balde also very, very impressive down the left. Obviously, for every winner, there has to be a loser. Although it has to be said, Real Madrid don't lose many finals. Just one defeat in the last 17 finals they'd played prior to today. And Ancelotti had won the last 10 finals where he had been the coach. A decent quantity of Barcelona fans here. They're certainly outnumbered by Real Madrid supporters. But it's the Barca fans who will go home happy. Disappointment for Courtois. Say last time Real Madrid lost the final was in 2017. It was the European Super Cup, and they lost that to Atletico Madrid. But obviously, if you're going to play in the final of the European Super Cup, you do have the slight consolation of having won the Champions League previously.
Porque estamos con el capitán del Barça, con Sergio Busquets, que en su partido 701, que además en su clásico número 45, igualando a los que más tienen, bueno, pues va a levantar su primer título como capitán. ¿A qué sabe? ¿Qué tal? Buenas noches, enhorabuena.
Hola, buenas noches, gracias. Bueno, pues muy contento, ¿no? Sabíamos que era una oportunidad que teníamos que coger, que habíamos vivido, como dije el otro día, un proceso de cambios en el club, en el vestuario, de jugadores, y yo creo que esto nos va a reforzar, ¿no? Para mantener la idea, para seguir compitiendo y para poder seguir creciendo y ganando más títulos, luchando por ellos.
Mucho de ilusión, pero ¿podía un poco más la necesidad precisamente de que llegara este primer título para Xavi?
Do you think there was more need for you for Xavi?
Las dos cosas, ¿no?
Well,
nosotros
obviously we wanted to win it, but
más en la ilusión, en la ambición.
We had a lot of
ambition. Está claro que en el Barça siempre te exigen ganar y esa necesidad de la que tú hablabas y la de que desde que llegó Xavi, pues nos han hecho saberlo y muchas veces no lo hemos conseguido y por fin, sí.
Entiendo que el plan de partidos ha salido perfecto, tal y como teníais pensado.
Sí, nos ha salido muy bien, el reforzar el centro del campo para hacer esa superioridad. Yo creo que nos ha ido muy bien. Luego Ronald para parar las contras y para parar a Vinicius también ha estado muy bien. Y el equipo, cuando no ha tenido el balón, ha sabido estar en un bloque muy junto, dejando al Madrid por las bandas y a partir de ahí pues empezar esa presión que nos ha dado el primer gol, ¿no? En
pressure, which gave us the first goal when we won possession. And afterwards, we felt very comfy.
A muchos ratos del partido y cuando no, pues como te he dicho antes, sabiendo sufrir y dejando al Madrid prácticamente sin llegar a portería.
Suffer and really Madrid hardly had any chances.
Tú estás evidentemente en tu recta final. Está empezando como quien dice Gavi, dime algo. Él, de Gavi.
Bueno, ya sabéis cómo compite, ¿no? Es un animal competitivo, súper joven, con esa edad.
Gavi is just a competitive animal. He's really young.
En el filial, y está dando un nivel increíble.
And he's in a place with the young team, with the youngsters. He's playing really well. What a level he's at, you know, he's giving assistances, goals.
Pero que todavía tiene mucho camino de mejora.
There's still a long way. Still got a long way he can continue to improve. You know, he's got a long way to go. It'll all be really good. Everything that's happened to him will be really good, and he can mark an era at Football Club Barcelona. Well, they've put the Tetris together quite quickly, haven't they, for the prize giving? Although the arch looking, is it an arch? There's Xavi Hernandez, obviously joining Barca in November 2021, after Ronald Koeman was sacked. Not always been easy for Xavi, because certainly at a moment where Barca have got financial issues, although They did make plenty of signings over the summer by financing some of them by selling off club assets. But obviously players like Pedri and Gavi, Alexander Balde, the youngsters, are also going to form part of that future, along with any big money signings. I'd say credit, because most of the fans do look as if they're staying here to watch the prize-giving ceremony. Real Madrid also get a loser's medal. And I say Ancelotti, first final in 11 that he's lost. But he must also be pondering a little bit about the physical condition of his team. They looked very flat today, very tired. And they'd had 24 hours more than Barcelona. There's Kroos and Lewandowski. Just wondering, did they coincide at Bayern Munich? Or did Kroos move to Madrid before Lewandowski joined from Borussia Dortmund? So just waiting for the formalities, I think.
Yes. I say.
Barcelona players, you see, lining up to that form a guard of honour for Real Madrid, which is a good sporting gesture. Well, looks like we're just about there. So players like Balde, it's their first title.
Pensaba que os ibais a chocar tú y Gavi, porque...
Well, it looks like they've got the jigsaw together now. So long faces from the Madrid players, but let's be honest, more often than not, they are the winners. And it's their rivals who have the long faces. It's Jordi Alba getting a hug from Busquets.
trofeos, Miss Elham Al-Asmani, en representación del Ministerio de
Ms.
Deportes de
Al-Asmani from the Saudi Sports Ministry is going to hand over the medals.
سيداتي سادتي تشاهدون الآن ممثلة وزارة الرياضة بالمملكة العربية السعودية الأستاذة إلهام الأسمري تحمل كأس السوبر الإسباني إلى منصة التتويج.
Para proceder a la entrega de trofeos de esta Supercopa de España 2023. Agradecemos su presencia y nos acompañan el presidente de la Real Federación Española.
Now we'll also have the president of the Spanish Football Federation, Luis Rubiales, and Nasser Al-Khal, president of the Saudi Football Association. And the Saudi Sports Minister as well.
El presidente del Real Madrid Club de Fútbol.
Oh, and there's Florentino Perez
y el presidente del Fútbol Club Barcelona.
And Joan Laporta.
سيداتي سادتي على منصة التتويج.
I guess it's Joan Gaspar. There is Joan Laporta.
الاتحاد الملكي الفيدرالي الإسباني لكرة القدم.
Does look like a cat that's found the milk, doesn't he, Laporta?
المسحل رئيس الاتحاد السعودي لكرة القدم ومعالي الأستاذ أحمد الخطيب وزير السياحة بالمملكة العربية السعودية ومساعد وزير الرياضة الأستاذ عبد الإله الدلاك وأيضا
Two club presidents probably have more in common than they would like to admit. Laporta and Florentino obviously both in favour of that European Super League. First of all, referees who have been involved in this tournament. Good performance from the referee today. Never easy matches with Barca, obviously with all the attention paid, but fortunately there was no real controversy and he kept it under control when it could have maybe got a bit stressful.
حكم المباراة ريكاردو وثانيا الحكم البديل خوسيه لويس ومساعد الحكم الأول روبرتو دياز.
So go the referees.
الحكم الثاني جورج لويس فرنانديز والحكم الرابع أليخاندرو رويز.
Y a continuación, los jugadores y entrenador del Real Madrid Club de Fútbol
Carlo Ancelotti.
van a recibir
Little hug from Florentino.
سيداتي سادتي دعونا نرحب بصاحب المركز الثاني لكأس السوبر الإسباني لاستلام الميداليات نادي ريال مدريد.
I look tired today, Modric, doesn't he? I think that World Cup at 37, playing all 7 matches, no break. Vallejo not played this season. Mariano Diaz actually injured at the moment. Florentino, I'm sure he'll make good use of his trip to Saudi Arabia. The runners-up plate for Benzema.
El capitán del Real Madrid Club de Fútbol, Karim Benzema, ha recibido ese trofeo de subcampeón
So there, Benzema. Now it'll be Barca's turn. Good to see the Madrid players staying there, though.
Y ahora son los jugadores y el entrenador del Fútbol Club Barcelona los que reciben sus medallas de campeones de la Supercopa de España.
سيداتي سادتي حان الآن.
So Valde, great performance from him as well. Couple of storming runs down the left, so defended really well.
بلاعبي نادي برشلونة بطل كأس السوبر الإسباني.
It's Gavi, Rafinha came on at the end. Are now third keeper. So everyone takes their positions. You know the routine by now, I'm pretty sure. Busquets, Laporta. There's Xavi, obviously coached in Qatar, earning his spurs before coming here. Rubiales to Busquets gives him the Spanish Super Cup, which will be the 14th in Football Club Barcelona's history. Wait for it. There you go. Let the celebrations begin. Winners of the 2023 Spanish Super Cup, Football Club Barcelona, after beating Real Madrid by 3-1. We'll leave you with the celebrations. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next time, goodbye.
Ancelotti, Carlos. Sí, con el técnico del Real Madrid mientras el Barça festeja la Supercopa. ¿Qué tal? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
¿Es de esas derrotas que pueden pasar factura?
Con factura, yo creo que tenemos que aprender que es un momento difícil y ya está. No hay que hacer muchas cosas. Se sabía antes de este partido que el equipo no era a tope. Este partido ha evidenciado algunas carencias, tenemos que mejorar, volveremos, por cierto. No tenemos que es un palo, pero estar animado a preparar el próximo partido.
¿Cuáles son esas carencias? ¿Qué le he notado que le falta al equipo? ¿Que le falte chispa, acierto, el qué?
La regalamos, en este momento regalamos. Creo que el partido ha empezado igualado, no había mucho ritmo.
It was an equal game.
Cuando
There wasn't a lot of rhythm.
Han tenido más confianza.
When Barcelona was scoring, they got more confidence.
Hemos regalado los primeros dos, después jugar como un equipo, mejorar la condición.
Porque son dos fallos muy graves.
The first two goals were two mistakes.
Luego además un desajuste defensivo. ¿Eso cómo se corrige?
How can you correct those mistakes?
Trabajando,
well, we correct them by working.
Mostrando los errores que hemos
by
hecho.
Showing the mistakes that we made.
El partido con Valencia ha mostrado algo bueno en el aspecto defensivo.
I think
hoy hemos,
we showed that in the defensive aspect. So far in the defensive aspect we haven't been good, but today we made some more mistakes. We have to improve on that.
Claramente lo que ha sido el partido esta noche aquí.